necessary as needed.
Thank you.
Hello, by the way, I realise I've not spoken this entire time. Well, spoken to the camera. So I'm in Coniston and I'm doing the Old Man of Coniston right now. I've never done it before. I think I got halfway up when I was younger. Like in 2015, I got halfway up. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I probably just didn't feel like it. So I'm on my way up now. And yeah, so the purpose of this trip is because I wanted to come here. I wanted to not necessarily come here to do the Old Man of Coniston. I just decided that this morning, just to be in the lakes and get some writing done. I'm writing like an anthology at the minute, horror stories, sci-fi, mystery, and then once I've done all those, which will be a while from now because I think I'm aiming to do 6 or 7 short stories for my book. And when I say short stories as well, I mean not very short. They're about 10 to 15,000 words long, so shorter than a novel, but not a super short story or anything. So I've just come, I'm going to turn away from the wind a second, it's just got really breezy. So while I'm up here, I've also brought a book called The Haunting Season, and that's like an anthology as well, written by a load of different writers. So, you know, inspiration, staying in the youth hostel, kind of getting into the mood of it all. The reason I'm not camping this time round is I suppose I just wanted to stay at a youth hostel because I had such a good time back last month in Borrowdale. I just fancied it and I thought, what a nice place to get some writing done and get some reading done. And while I'm here, obviously during the day, I'll just do some walks. So today's the Old Man. Tomorrow, if I'm fancying it and weather dependent, because I think it's supposed to be quite rainy tomorrow and windy, I might do Tarn Hows. So I did that on the Cumbria Way. There's a road just there, and that road from Coniston down there leads to the copper mines, which is another youth hostel that I stayed at Christmas 2015 with my family who hired it out. That was great. I did check if they had availability, but it's still only on exclusive hire only, which is fine. There's Holly Hows, beautiful, the one I'm staying at, just down near the town. Look at all that. It looks quite cloudy up there. I don't think I'll get many views when I'm up, but you never know. The clouds could move. It's nice to get a bit of sun. And you know what? It's not actually that cold. The past week and the past couple of weeks has been bitterly cold, like cold where you're constantly shivering and your skin hurts kind of cold. But right now it's like, kind of feels like late October kind of temperature. It's like not warm, but it's not freezing. It's not really even cold. Chilly at most. Same with yesterday. So it's quite nice. I feel like I've chosen the right time to come here. So this will be one of the old mining areas. See the just ruins right now. And of course I'm going to explore it. When I see something like this I have to check it out. Wow. This is so cool. This is just a little detour, it's not part of the route. I just thought I'd check it out. It looks like it'll be a nice viewpoint as well. There's Coniston Water, and that's the path I was just on. You can see some hikers. Not too far off now, I think the top is just up there where those people are. I was considering taking the circular route, which from the Old Man goes round and down there. However, seeing how windy it was on the top, and I'd have to walk along the it was pretty much like a plateau at the top almost, and the wind nearly blew me over, so I didn't want to risk that. Besides, I knew the way down here and I wanted to get down before dark, and it was a longer route, so I've come back down the way I came up, and it was so difficult near the top with the snow and the rocks, because on the way up it was a scramble, so on the way down, just think how difficult that is with the snow and everything. So I had no chance to film anything because I needed both my hands free to grip onto the rocks either side of me. So yeah, and I checked on my phone the timestamp on the photo I took here on my way up, and that was nearly 3 hours ago. It was like 2.5 hours ago. So from this point up and back down at this point, yeah, 2.5 hours, and I've been walking for about 3 hours and 3/4 maybe. It was awesome, and I didn't stop the whole way up, you know. I just kind of stopped momentarily to take pictures, catch my breath for about 5 seconds, but I didn't take my bag off. I didn't take a break the whole way up. I stopped for about 5, maybe 10 minutes at the top, and then back down, and I've not stopped. So it's been non-stop, and I did really take my time coming back down, because one slip and I would have been really hurt at the very least. And things like this, as much as I love them, make me very aware of my own mortality. And you know, it is thrilling and it's exciting and it makes you feel alive, and it does all those, but also with the kind of person I am, it makes me overthink things, and sometimes that can put me in a very upsetting mental place. But yeah, it didn't this time. I was kind of teetering on it at the scramble, and I was like, I'm very aware of how dangerous this is, and the excitement was there, but so was the anxiety, and that's the reality of it. Because the amount of times, because I'm in a load of hiking and Lake District groups and mountaineering groups on Facebook, so the amount of things I see about people, experienced hikers, you know, fully grown men and women falling off and dying, unfortunately, and it's terrifying and it's really upsetting and deeply saddening. So there was someone on Helvellyn who it happened to. So things like this, you've got to be able to focus on the path. I don't know if I'm making a lot of sense. I am to myself, but I don't know if it's coming across that way. But what I mean is, even though my mind is constantly going 100 miles per hour and it's got, you know, a million different thoughts going on at the same time, and there's always music playing, you know, there's a song always in my head. So I do find that often it takes me out of the moment. So doing something dangerous like that, potentially dangerous like that, really helps me zero in and focus. It's like brain training almost, because my focus usually isn't very good, like I just said. So yeah, it makes you aware, makes you take safer precautions. This time around I was like, oh, I could have done with some crampons, but to be honest, it was only a little bit of snow, but you know, you never know. Next time I will. Anyway, I'm nearing the base now. You can just see over this corner the copper mines that I stayed at in over Christmas 2015. It's the white building just there. Yeah, that was an awesome time with the whole family. Stayed there for about a week over Christmas. It was really cool. That's where I was, up there, right at the top, and oh my god, was it windy. So windy, and I'm still getting a bit of the breeze now, but up there, like I said, it nearly knocked me over. And not only about half an hour ago I passed some walkers on the way up, and I'm thinking, I hope they're just going to the Tarn, because if they're going at the top they're going to reach it when it's dark, because it's dark in an hour or less than an hour now. I think 45 minutes until sunset, and it won't take them 45 minutes to get up there, never mind coming back down, which is more dangerous, I think. Anyway, I'll shut up now. I've just got signal, so I'll give Cameron a call, my mum, my grandparents, and let them know I'm alright. You can see the peak of the Old Man quite clearly now. It is straight up there. I'll try and zoom on my computer as well. It won't be the best quality, but you can just see where that little cairn is up there, the trig point. Right at the top, and you can see a bit of the snow as well that I had to bloody scramble through. Yeah, it was amazing. Really good climb. Not the best fell that I've been up, but it was an interesting climb. I got proper like cocky in my own head at this point, thinking, you know what, this is quite easy, I'm enjoying this loads, it's really easy. And then it got really hard all of a sudden. It's like I jinxed it. It's like the universe knew. Really taking in my location and the views, because I love it here. It's amazing, as I do with anywhere in the lakes really. I just always say I love it here. So yeah, like I said, that's the Copper Mines YHA Youth Hostel, and some people's houses, I'm assuming. I think there's like a farm or something, more houses back there, but imagine living here, because it's just a road there. It's easy to get into the town, but imagine that. And they've got that big patch of like woodland next to them as well. I wonder who owns that, or if they're allowed to explore it or chill in it. But wow, it just makes me think of times like lockdown, for example, when you weren't really allowed to leave your house, and I felt really sorry for anyone with an apartment, a flat, because there's no garden. Sometimes you might have a balcony, but like there's no outdoor space. But if you live there in lockdown, you can go in your garden. You could go, I suppose you could just go out, couldn't you? Yeah, it's not like because you are social distancing. It's naturally, because you're naturally quite far apart from anywhere else. Anyway, that's just what was on my mind then. Getting excited at the thought of food, warm food. Got some in my bag. I've got some like muesli bars. I've got more flapjacks, you know, like quite carby things for what you need when you're going on a walk. A lot of fibre as well, and sugar. But I just want, I want a pizza. Oh my god, I have so many. I don't have so many pizzas, but every time I go away I always get a pizza. At home I don't, maybe a couple of times a month, but when I'm out, all I want, you know, like doing the walks, when I go to a pub, when I go wherever, I just want a pizza all the time. So you guys probably think that's all I eat. It's not. Promise I have a lot of salads and healthy things back at home. It's just when I come out I'm like, oh yes, I've earned it. A nice margarita pizza. So I might get one. I've also got a pot noodle, again, not very healthy, but oh god, I'm thinking about it now. My stomach's going, oh yeah, because it's exactly what I need. It's got the carbs and everything. Because stupidly I've only eaten a Scotch pancake and a flapjack today. Scotch pancake when I left, and flapjack at the top. I've had some like little fudge sweets in between for sugar and energy, but I've not really had anything very substantial, and I'm really feeling it now. My stomach's about to get to the point where it starts rumbling. Yeah, I'm just rambling on about food because that's where my mind's at right now. And I don't want to stop and eat a flapjack from a bag, because it'll, you know, I want to be really hungry for the pizza or whatever I eat. I've got some goat's cheese as well, which I love goat's cheese. Oh, the sun's coming out a bit. Well, it's not, but it just got kind of brighter. It's a very like orange light, like a peachy, a dusky orange light. I mean, it is sunset almost, but I feel like it just got quite a bit lighter. I think it's come out from the clouds behind there. Anyway, sorry for the rambling again. It's just what I do. So I've just got back and stopped the app that I've got open, the Strava app, which tracks my miles and my time. So as you can see, and that's not moving time, that's just time. I stopped in a few shops on the way back. Yeah, so 5.5 hours ago is when I set off from here, and I've done just under 6.5 miles. My average speed, don't judge that, a lot of it was steep incline. I was being slow because it was treacherous. Average walking speed that wasn't scrambling up the mountain was probably between 1.5 and 1.8. So as you can see, sitting on the route a bit, so as you can see, that's where I am, at the Holly How Youth Hostel. And I took a slightly different way back across the bridge and walked back over there, but on the way up, and there's the summit. As you can see, I went over it twice, obviously, there and back. 2,635 feet, so yeah, pretty high. But I'm so tired, I'm so hungry. Oh yeah, that's the walk today. I'm just gonna settle in and chill out and get some food, because the food isn't served, well, reception's not open for another 55 minutes, so I'm gonna just relax and get some food as soon as I can, really. So I am going to go to Tarn Hows today, and I've just got it up on the hiker app, and where the red is the trail, but can you see that purple line that also joins on and leads to Tarn Hows? It's the Cumbria Way, which is down that way. So instead of that way, you know, they both join up eventually. As you can see, one goes that way, which is here, and one goes that way, which is straight on. I'm going to follow the Cumbria Way, just, you know, for a bit of nostalgia. See if I remember this part, if it all comes back to me or not. It's exciting. It was a really enjoyable trail, probably the best trail that I've done, to be honest. I mean, they've all been amazing. You know, the West Highland Way was awesome, but I don't know, there's something about the Cumbria Way that really sticks with me, and it's one that I really want to do again. Yes, I'll see if I recognise any of it. I feel like I do. I feel like the dog house, the dog kennels up here, because if so, then I've been here 3 times, technically 4 times. First time on the Cumbria Way, heading in this direction. The second and third time on the same day. That was in the summer. I uploaded a video on it. I think it was revisiting part of the Cumbria Way or something like that while camping in the lakes, and I came from that direction going this way from Grasmere into Coniston, had some food at Coniston and back up to camp in, well, just past Skelworth Bridge. So this is my 4th time on this section of trail. There it is, the dog house or dog kennel, I always forget which one it is. So as I've said in the Cumbria Way video and the one where I revisited this section, this is just a place for like wild campers and people who just want to have a look around, but it's known for, you know, wild campers to stay in on the journey, whether that be on the Cumbria Way or otherwise. Another thing I remember from the times that I've come along here is all these bushes absolutely covered in these yellow flowers. Now there's just a few kind of dotted around them sparsely. And I remember, because it was summer, all the other times that I've done this section of the walk, they were absolutely covered in yellow flowers. And it looks really awesome, especially with the hot sun. And I do believe that through that gate is my favourite part of the Cumbria Way, or one of my favourite parts anyway. The part that I specifically came back to revisit last summer, as I did the Cumbria Way in 2021, and I revisited this section in 2022 this year. You'll just see it in a moment. If you've seen the videos, then you'll know which part I mean. Okay, you ready? There we go. And I know to a lot of people this just looks like the normal stuff that I film, but you can't really film the feeling that you get with it, if that is making any sense whatsoever. But, you know, to those who understand what it's like to just feel so grounded to a place, this is one of them for me. This whole section, this whole stretch, it just feels, I think it goes back to when I did first see this on the Cumbria Way, and how I was just so in awe. And I think after coming up the little hill that I just came up then, and I was probably really tired because I had a massive heavy bag on my back. Now it's just light because I'm not camping, and I was still sort of new to the long distance trail, so walking on level flat ground while surrounded in, when these were bright yellow and beautiful sky, the sun, because that was actually in spring. I think the second time was summer when I revisited, but it was still a really sunny hot day. It was April, late April, and look at that waterfall as well. It's so nice. What I'll do is I'll add some pictures or clips from my previous videos when I've been here, just so you can see how different it looks in different weather. It's still, you know, stunning in cloudy, colder weather, but yeah, this is the first time that I've been here when it's not been really sunny and warm. It's still lovely, like I've said. I'll add the titles of the videos with the timestamps if you want to go and visit that, like watch them, give them a watch if you want, of this place in the other video. So I'll do the Cumbria Way video, and there's the time that I started walking through this place while camping in the lakes, revisiting part of the Cumbria Way, and the timestamp for that when I reach this place. And I'll do two, because in that video I came here twice. The first time to walk going towards Coniston, the second time going from Coniston the way I'm going now, and the way I went on the Cumbria Way. So yeah, I've added those in for you, just if anyone's curious. Makes me really happy to be here because it's open, but it's not just a massive plain like of land. It's open, but it's hilly, and it's got these fells surrounding, so it's kind of like you're in a bowl on one side and then you've got the woods on the other, and it's just the perfect place. It really is. Just feel so grounded. Anyway, you'll notice in those videos as well, I go on and on about how much I love this area, so I'm so sorry if you've had to suffer through it again. I'm just wondering if any of these sheep are the same sheep that were here when I came through here before, and if they recognise me. No, they won't recognise me. But I remember it, there were way more sheep. They're probably just more spread out now, or some of them might have gone. Oh, this is quite boggy. Hello. Hi. Oh, look at you guys. So lucky. So lucky to be here. You've got one of the nicest spots that a sheep can have. So the trail goes through those woods there, and Tarn Hows is just further over that hill through the woods. So I'd say about 1.5 miles maybe. It's not too far. Yeah, about 1.5 miles from here, through the woods, over the hill. Oh, it's so peaceful. Hello. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're such a pretty sheep. Look at your face. So that's the path I'm going on the road towards Tarn Hows. That's where I've just come from, and this here would be the route that I would be coming from along here, down there, if I would have followed the trail on the hiker app. And I'm considering, and I don't have to make up my mind yet, but if I could go back that way because I've never seen that way before, but that way is familiar and I know that I'll love it. I don't know, it's a bit of a gamble. I'm not sure, maybe I'll go that way. Depends how I'm feeling when I reach this point on my way back, because I'll be coming back down this way. And I feel like I'm gonna jinx it by saying this, but I've been expecting rain today. It said it was going to rain around midday and it's 12:30. I mean, it still could any second now. I'm prepared for rain anyway because I've got my waterproof coat on, and I've packed my waterproof kind of pants that go over my leggings if it does rain. It's a really atmospheric day. It just looks cloudy on the camera, but when you're here you can really feel the, I if it makes sense, but like the haze in the air. Can you see how the fells look really pushed back because they're more distant, and there's, you know, obviously thin cloud between them, and I'm so high up and what I'm surrounded in, and it feels really, I don't want to say mystical because I say that too much on these videos. Oh my god, it's just started raining. I just felt like some raindrops on my face. It's not raining a lot, but it could do. I'll see if it just stays as a drizzle, or if not, I'll just pull out my waterproof pants, my overpants. I knew I'd jinx it, honestly. I always do. Something I remember from this section on the Cumbria Way was a cyclist passed me going all the way down, and I just obviously stood aside when I saw him coming, and I just watched because the sun was in the sky, it was gold and it was gorgeous, and I was like, he must just feel so incredible right now. A cyclist just came cycling down here. I can imagine how he feels right now. Totally elated. Just imagine how freeing it feels to cycle down this road with all the views and the sun. There it is. It's beautiful. I remember last time I was here, I'm sorry, I've said that a few times. I remember the last time I was here, there was a cow around here somewhere, just randomly a cow. I think it was over there. But yeah, it was pretty funny. I love cows. It stopped raining and I've got a tiny bit of blue sky up there. So this is what I've done so far, where I started and where I am. I paused it when I arrived, so it took me about an hour and a half to get here. During that time I was on the phone with my mum, so I stopped for about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to resume it now. Bear in mind I didn't have it recording while I was just like exploring the little island, well not island, but you know, the bit that sticks out, because I spent like a good 20 minutes just walking around and looking for nice kind of filming spots and just enjoying it and taking loads of pictures and taking it in. Heading back now. I'm going to take my time because it's only 1:37, so I've got plenty of time, to be honest. I've got about 2 hours until sunset, and considering it'll only take me about an hour and 20 to get back, if that, maybe just over an hour, but we'll see. So take my time. I think I will go the route that I've not been before, the one on the hiker app, but again I'll see how I feel. And I thought I'd add that the Cumbria Way, so it does come along here and up there where I've just been, but obviously goes further past, so this is still technically part of the Cumbria Way, so anyone who's not walked it before, this is a part of it that you can expect. Up Tarn Hows, as you can see, it's kind of frozen over at the minute, half anyway. Loads of kids have been throwing rocks on the ice, and I've done it as well. Makes a really cool sound. That's the way I came before, and that's the route that shows on my hiker app, so I thought it's going to be new territory. I've never seen this area before, so it should be interesting. Wow, look at that. I'm about 2 miles from Coniston, so it should take me like an hour to get there, considering it's all downhill, maybe less. It's just gone 2 o'clock, and this time yesterday I checked one of the timestamps on my photos. I was descending the Old Man of Coniston, and I was in particular at this exact time I was near one of those old slate mining huts, the ruins on the mountain. Cool to think about. Also, I've not mentioned that today is the shortest day of the year. Sunset's at 3:49, so I've got about an hour and 3/4 left of daylight, so I've got plenty of time really. gorgeous is that? And the sunset as well. Oh wow. Castle looking thing there. There's the doghouse where I was before. There's the route I took to go to Tarn Hows today. So I went up to Tarn Hows and back around this way. So the youth hostel's about 3 minutes away from here, and it's just gone 3 o'clock, so it's taken me from Tarn Hows an hour. Bear in mind I stopped at Coniston Water for about 10 minutes. So it's taken me, I'd say walking time, about 45 to 50 minutes to get back. And I did stop a few times to take photos and videos. So I think without stopping, I could have made it in 35-40 minutes. So that was a really nice walk. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I will say though that I preferred the way, because you know how there were two routes. There was the way I went there and the way I came back. I do prefer the Cumbria Way route. It's just nicer, you know, it's got the really lovely bit. It's just got more interesting views. It's not road walking, which sometimes I don't mind, but when it's all road walking it gets a bit, I mean, time passes quick because you're not really paying attention to much other than the road. And it was super windy up on Tarn Hows. You could definitely hear that on the camera. It did get a bit chilly, but not too cold considering it's late December.